Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing great. So in this video, I want to talk about a person I actually sat with who I met online. That actually sounds interesting. Okay. Now that actually I say it out loud. Oh, I just met her online and we just spoke. No. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay. We actually had met online. Okay. Bear with me. Online in a chat. Bear with me, with people who also have a speech problem. I will put that link down below on where you can. I did just make a other video on who I was around and what platform I used, but. So, you know, so while we were in the Zoom call, I think it was Zoom, I don't know. So, you know, I was like, hey, I'm from X, Y, and Z, and she was like, hey, I'm from X, Y, and Z. I was like, oh, we like live like in the same area, right? And I was like, oh, we have to sit and talk. Just for, you know, just to see who you are, say hi, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, you're a person who stutters? Awesome, it's about time, right? Because it's rare that you actually see and actually speak to a person. I'm sure they're out there, they have to work and get food and all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, you have to work to make money and you have to eat to survive, right? Anyways. So, you know, we just kind of sat and spoke. We were like, hey, you want to meet here at a certain time or whatever? Cool. So we spoke and I was like, this is cool, right? But to actually hear certain things I don't use, but she does, like what works for her and what works for me, you know, so she'll repeat. Wow, I just kind of did what. So I'm kind of going back on what I was saying, because now I can see her up top and I'm like, oh, you have to say that word over and over again to actually, I guess, hide the actual block. And I was like, okay, yeah, that works. So it's like block. So it's like block, the block on how I went. So it's a little like that block to like an easy onset, or like a hard onset. If your block just hitting that wall and then you're just like, poof, you break through it. So certain things she actually used, I now use, and I was like, wow, that is so cool. And I've heard there are certain people who have a speech problem who don't like to be around people that have a speech problem. And I was like, I can see that certain people, okay, this is gonna sound bad. At first, I wasn't, I guess, open with people who have a speech problem, because I know how it made people feel, which I was like, you know, of course, at first, if you meet certain people, you wanna be awesome in their eyes, right? So at first I was like, okay, I have to speak fluent, I have to do this. So with that being said, I was like, okay, I don't like to be around people who can't like just speak fluent. But now I'm like, I have to learn, I have to be there for them, because it's gonna help out them, because I have the exact same problem. It's like, who are you to be like, no, I can't talk right, so I'm gonna say no to you who can't talk right. It's like, bro, you're in the same boat. But there are some people out there, which is, you know, fine if you're that person, cool, you know. But for me to actually meet her in person, I'm like, it's so cool, because I think being in person with somebody is so much more, because you can feel them. As that's a little weird. You can feel, wow, you can feel what they have to offer, as in if they're trying to have like a hard time, like a certain thing, and you're like, do I help them? Or, you know, because you don't know them yet, but you could actually ask them, hey, can I help you out? Say a certain word, you know? And they're like, yes or no. But don't say it as in, hey, I want to help you say that certain word. Because then when you aren't as fluent, right, they'll be like, bro, you're on me because I couldn't say that, but now you're having a hard time. It's like, no, how does that make sense? So I had to kind of come back and be like, yes, yeah, all of us are having a hard time. It's just something we have to learn from. But for sure, I would hop on a platform to meet other people like you and to learn from, and to also show them as well. There are also people out there who know exactly what they have to live through. And actually, if they're older or so and so, because I actually met somebody that on that exact same call, they're older now, and he's super fluent, and I was like, I want to be like him. I don't think he had no blocks, no, he was on point, but he's like 50 or older, and I was like, wow, like that right there is sick. I wanna, yeah. But I hope that helped whoever out there out. But anyways, see, I always screw up. Oh well. But yeah, have a great day or night wherever you are, and have a good one.